务环节。让我们掌声有请联合国世界旅游组织对外关系主任贝卡贾克利先生致辞，有请。
Thank you so much. Now we are at the end of the forum, and we need to conclude this very interesting forum. I usually, when I have prepared speech, I don't like and I don't appreciate, and always it comes from my heart, from my mind. But of course, I took some notes. I was carefully listening to discussions within all the panels. I picked some points, and then in a conclusive manner I will present a few points. Before doing that, very good friend Mr. Simone Pata Chair, who is an incredible, and I'm impressed with his leadership, and you're such a visionary person, and when he presented 5P model, first thing what came to my mind was Michael Porter's 5-force model. I'm a big supporter and big fan of Michael Porter and believer. And 5 forces, Michael Porter's 5 forces model, and then I was thinking that what Peter was, this is forces in our sector. And I am proudly telling you, Peter, that as of today, I will be making, not only me, but other people will be making reference to you, Peter Simone's 5P model. You know, that's very important. So, and while you were, of course, joking in terms of stealing, and no, UNWTO, I will switch this and address to Peter and all of you that UNWTO, being the public international organization, has an obligation to be transparent. Integrity, accountability is what matters here. And on the contrary, UNWTO needs to share, needs to partner. And of course, on the contrary, we are thankful to you for enhancing this important model. So, Peter Simone's 5P model, remember everyone, he has very important. Now, speaking about the forum, first of all, let me acknowledge the presence of different stakeholders, important. We had educational institutions, research institutions, national tourism boards, multinational companies like MasterCard, Amadeus, as well, not to miss Airbnb. I have met today TUI International and China representation. So very important, national companies, international companies, consultancy, forward keys. I was listening to the presentation, very impressive presentation. Industry associations, international organizations, of course, PATA, with whom we are partnering in organizing this forum, European Travel Commission, donor institution, Asian Development Bank, Sarawak National Tourism Board, Korea National Tourism Organization, and all the stakeholders, they were addressing very practical issues of our, and crucial issues of travel and tourism industry. I was pleased to meet the CEO of UNWTO International, and what a great initiative you have. And of course, very important, the global event which will be held in Guilin in 2026. Global Tourism Economy Forum, our partner organization. Of course, Hong Kong Polytechnic University, Professor Chon, you and your colleagues, fantastic academic personnel, and we enjoyed a lot this very tangible conversation about the ways of future cooperation. And I don't want to miss anyone, and thank each and every one of you for your substantial contribution. The points what I picked, and just to present in a conclusive manner, one is about the sustainable development of tourism. Unfortunately, we are witnessing that still there are talks, not in our sector, at the highest level, at the G20 level as well, about climate change, how important is that sustainable, but we need to walk this talk. And, and first of all, of course, governments need to demonstrate their willingness and practicality in terms of implementing this. Otherwise, we will only talk. And it's important that governments, National Tourism Administration, at the regional level, as well at the local level, destination level, they adopt and adjust their sustainable tourism policies to the modern needs and challenges of our sector. On the other hand, private sector to rethink the way they of course, create products, they offer, and of course, to on the one hand, to include sustainability to the highest degree in their offerings, but on the other hand, to digitize more their services. This is very important. And one important concept academics are here, regenerative tourism, which is not a new term, but this is becoming increasingly important because it's important to involve our customers in the process. So, second point would just to highlight the importance of marketing, positioning and repositioning strategies. In post-COVID period, many destinations would need to rethink the way they operate in order to enter new source markets or reposition themselves globally. So generic marketing approaches should be replaced with based on concrete markets and segments, consumer segments, in order to be competitive in today's world. While speaking about sustainability, you know, 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, when we were speaking about sustainability, we had this understanding, sustainability, competitiveness, two different things. Now, most probably all of you would agree with me. And if you ask me, could you please very briefly answer to the question, what is sustainability? And my answer would be sustainability is competitiveness. And what is competitiveness? Competitiveness is sustainability. And why? Because in today's world, in order to be highly competitive in times of uncertainties, in order to be highly competitive, because we reached to the, I don't know, the level of competition in our industry, there is a high level of competition. And in the coming period, in line with the emergence of new business models, of course, we will have more and more competition. In order destinations to be highly competitive, they need to have and they need to put sustainable policies and ensure that they have sustainable policies. Of course, education, skills, human resources development, this is very important, and this area has been identified by majority of UNWTO member states when we made a survey among our members, 160 members, how they see the future of tourism in the long term as well as short term, and of course skills development, education, human capital development in general is very important. I'm a big believer of, and Professor Song was mentioning about regulation. I'm the person against regulation. I am a big believer that the governments have to incentivize, stimulate the private sector businesses And this is the key to any success. But of course, we need at certain level regulatory frameworks because this is must. But in order, of course, to ensure our sector's resilience, further, I would say, stimulative policies and incentive packages would be important in order to ensure the sustainable growth of our sector. And last but not least, public-private partnerships, PPP, public-private partnership. While observing discussion outcomes of this important forum, let me propose you that we introduce a new terminology, public-private academia partnership, PPAP. Because why? Academia's role, academics' role is not still properly recognized. Academics, of course, use in their academic work the practical cases. Without that, it's impossible to investigate the subject. But I can barely imagine having any comprehensive analysis, robust data in a rigorous way. I can barely imagine to have such a systematic long-term vision without involvement of academics, academia, research centers. That's why let's agree that today we send a strong message to the international travel and tourism community that we see the future of tourism in partnerships, and this partnership can be reflected in a strong public, private, and academia partnerships. Thank you so much, and now before closing this let's say, session, of course, Mr. Simone will address you, but I'd like to kindly ask UNWTO colleagues to come on the stage. Mr. Zhu, if you can join. Yes, please. Mr. Zhu Shangsong is the UNWTO Global Ambassador promoting UNWTO values, UNWTO program of work. He used to be for more than 8 years Executive Director of UNWTO. He has done a marvelous job, and I spoke about all his achievements and tremendous contribution. Mr. Zhu, please. Angie Tai. Angie Tai is a senior official of the Regional Department for Asia and the Pacific, who is leading relationships with 29 member states from Asia and the Pacific. And Angie, thank you so much for your professionalism. Very proud of you. Michelle Julian is a person behind data, UNWTO barometer analysis, and Michelle is a great professional, having over 20 years of experience only at UNWTO. Mr. Kanan Aliyev, I was impressed with your presentation. Kanan joined UNWTO a few months ago. It's my first time observing his great professionalism. So confident you are. Thank you so much. And Mr. Liu Gang, senior official at the Regional Department for Asia and the Pacific, who is a great professional, and we would like to thank him for his contribution. Your role in the organization of this forum, of this visit, is very important. So I would like, on behalf of the management of UNWTO leadership, to thank you personally for your passion, for your contribution. Thanks to you, not only UNWTO, I mean, our sector is very